What did the teacher do at the beach?
I don't know what.
She tested the water.
It's time for the Children's Hour, broadcasting from the Albuquerque Center.
Rob Janov. Right here on the Children's Hour. Welcome to the Children's Hour. We are broadcasting from Albuquerque's Open Space Visitors Center. And nice crowd is here. And hello to everyone in the audience. Hi, and welcome to the Children's Hour. I am Katie Stone, and I'm the producer of the show. And I got a whole huge crew here. Come say hello. Who's here?
Hello, I'm Oscar.
Hello, it's Zen.
Hello, this is Julia.
Hi, I'm Leela. Hi, it's Annabella.
Good morning, it's Daniela.
Hi, it's Siobhan. Hey, it's Sienna.
Hello, it's Ava. Hi, it's Maya.
Hello, it's Amadeus.
Hello, I'm Lucas. Hello, it's Evan.
Hi. Well, Rob Janov. Hi, Rob Janov. We can't hear you. You don't have a mic.
I do have a mic.
Oh, you do have a mic. Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello to your mic.
I'm all
You're
consolidated.
Yeah, you're self-contained. Rob Janov, you are a music instructor at one of Albuquerque's public middle schools.
Correct.
Named Jefferson Middle School.
Jefferson Middle School.
Yay, Jefferson.
Go Jets.
We have Jefferson folks here, I think. And great that you're with us. That's you playing all your own original music. And
Yes.
folks can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter and see how totally cool your violin is. Is that a violin?
Yes.
It doesn't look like a violin.
It's a violin that did a lot of working out at the club and
I love
expanded itself into 6 strings and electric. And
It's 6 strings, it's electric, it's blue, it's shaped like an inverted arrow, like an arrow lost its way.
yes, and I don't need to hold it up either, too. That's the other thing.
And it's strapped to you, just like so many things are strapped to you. Well, I am just delighted that you're here. Thank you for playing something for us on the Children's Hour. And kids in the crew, are you all ready to interview Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller?
Yes.
Let's hope.
Yes. We have a lot of great questions we want to ask our Albuquerque mayor. But before we get to that, I am extremely excited to have with us on the show just one of the coolest things in New Mexico, the New Mexico Peace Choir. And there they are. And I'm going to invite the Peace Choir director to come on up here to the microphone. Kids are making some room. And again, we're at the Open Space Visitor Center, and you are welcome to join us if you're in Albuquerque. We're at 6500 Coors Northwest. You can come and go throughout the show. Please introduce yourself.
Well, hi there. My name is Christy Conduff, and I am the founder and director of the New Mexico Peace Choir. And what you have today is the group called the Pipes, and this is a small group from our 75-voice choir. And we're going to sing a couple of songs for you today, one called Connected, about how we all are of the same family, and a really fun one called Amazing. And if you like what you hear, we're going to be in concert this afternoon up in Santa Fe at 4 o'clock. And on Saturday and Sunday of next weekend here in Albuquerque, you can go to our website, nmpeacechoir.org, and find out all the information. But we are so delighted to be with you,
Well,
Katie.
thank you for being here. I'm so glad. And, you're very unique. There are not many peace choirs in the nation, are there?
There are not. We are kind of unique in that, and we are also the largest peace choir in the United States. We've been to Vienna, Austria, and we represented the United States there a couple of summers ago. 40 of us had the opportunity to sing in Carnegie Hall this past November.
Whoa!
And we've just had this amazing trajectory. We're having a good time trying to spread peace and hope and joy in this world where sometimes it's a little hard.
Your website, nmpeacechoir.org?
Correct, nmpeacechoir.org.
Choir, can you just all say hi so people can hear?
I am you are me. Don't you see? I am you are me. That's what I said. I am you are me. Don't you see? I am you are me. That's what I said. I am you are me. Don't you see? I am you are me. That's what I said. I am you are me. Don't you see? I am you are me.
And you're over there.
That's what I said.
Something
I am
between
you
us
are me.
that's greater than
Don't you
ever
see?
since that
I
I'm over
am
here.
you are me.
And you're over there.
That's what I said.
Something
I am
between
you
us
are me.
that's greater than ever
Don't you see?
since that
I
I'm over
am
here.
you are me.
And you're over there.
That's what I said.
Something
I am
between
you
us
are me.
that's greater than ever
Don't you see?
since that
I
I'm over
am
here.
you are me.
And you're over there.
That's what I said. I
Something
am
between
you
us
are
that's
me.
greater than ever
Don't you see?
since that I'm over
I
here.
am
And you're over
you
there.
fact, subatomically.
Seems like I'm not
I am
there's no harm to
you
do.
are me. It's a fact, subatomically.
Seems like
I am a part of you, you are a part of me, and so together we are one body. I am inside your head, you are inside my heart. We fit together, perfect from the start. I am, you are me. That's what I said. I am, you are me. Don't you see?
that I'm over here.
I'm over here, and you're over there, but there is something between us that's greater.
I'm over here.
I'm over here, and you're over there, but there is something between us that's greater. I am you, you are me. It's a fact, subatomically. I am you, you are me. It's a fact, subatomically. I am a part of you, you are a part of me, and so together we are one body. I am inside your head, you are inside my heart. We fit together, perfect from the start.
I am a part of you, you are a part of me, and so together we are one body. I am inside your head, you are inside my heart. We fit together, perfect from the start.
I am a part of you, you are a part of me, and so together we are one body. I am inside your head, you are inside my heart. We fit together, perfect from the start.
The New Mexico Peace Choir performing live on the Children's Hour. I know they have another one. They're nodding. They are. They're going to do it again. This is the New Mexico Peace Choir.
I'm living right here and now, and I don't want to miss out. Is this what life's all about? The world is calling, and I'm listening. And I'm listening.
I feel the freedom inside. Come on, let's go for a ride. I finally opened my eyes and I can see it so clearly. So clearly. Life is but a dream. And isn't it amazing? Oh, life can be amazing. Oh,
I feel my heartbeat racing.
I feel my heartbeat racing. I fly.
Soaring higher, I can light my fire, and then we'll see
What happens now? What happens now?
and then we'll see
What happens now? What happens now?
Watch what happens Sometimes we have what it takes, sometimes we make our mistakes, and now the journey awaits. So don't you wanna come with me? Come with me.
We'll make our way to the top. We'll never break, never stop. And when we get to the spot, we'll know we made it there together. We'll remember forever that life is but a dream. And isn't it amazing? Oh, life can be amazing. Oh,
I feel my heartbeat racing.
I feel my heartbeat racing. I fly. Soaring higher, I can light my fire.
And then we'll we'll see what happens now, what happens now. And then we'll see what happens now, what happens now. Watch what happens now. Amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing. Oh, it's amazing, oh, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing, it's amazing. Oh, what happens now? What happens now? Watch what happens. What happens now? What happens now? Watch what happens now.
The New Mexico Peace Choir performing live right here on the Children's Hour. Rob Janoff performing live right here on the Children's Hour. That's all Rob, looping around himself. Well, you are listening to the Children's Hour. We're Kids Public Radio, produced in Albuquerque, New Mexico, broadcasting live now on KUNM FM. And such a delight for us to welcome back to KUNM's, well, to the Children's Hour, to welcome back to the Children's Hour our own Albuquerque Mayor, Mayor Tim Keller. Welcome back to the Children's Hour, Mayor.
Great to be back.
You are a very popular mayor. Maybe our most popular mayor we've ever had. You've got kind of a groupie fan club called the Metal Mayor Medal. What is that?
You know, it's just evolved. I know last time I was on here, you guys played Crazy Train. That was so awesome. I actually thought of that when I was introducing Ozzy Osbourne. I was walking out on stage and I was like, wow, this is almost like being on the Children's Hour and hearing Crazy Train.
That feels really good. Thank you so much. Well, last time we interviewed you was right after you took office. And you had a lot of really big ideas and a lot of really great big plans. And so the kids here, some of them were with us last time. Some of them are new to our crew since you've been with us. And we want to follow up on some of those questions. But we also kind of want to know some basic questions. So let's just start at the very beginning. What does an mayor do?
Always a good question. So I would look at it like this way. The mayor, indirectly, because it's actually not just the mayor, there's 6,000 people who work at the city. And including volunteers, too. Like we have some open space volunteers. Raise your hand.
Yay to the volunteers.
Thank you for doing open space. So the mayor takes care of all the open space land that we own. And then that's also if you see a fire truck or a trash truck, or you see anyone paving roads in the city, those are all decisions that the mayor and city council make. And then we also do our air quality. So we do a lot of stuff around making sure the air is clean that we breathe. And then we write a lot of different rules that we all have to follow around the city, whether it's how and when we can use plastic bags or what the traffic lights do. Any kind of rule you have to follow in the city, kind of what the mayor and city council do.
He's the big boss man of the city of Albuquerque. But you can't do this alone. 6,000 employees is pretty impressive.
And we do animals too. I just saw Nikita walk in, and so we also run all our programs that have to do with keeping our animals safe, and all our zoos and the museums and all that stuff too. So, but I also want to mention one other name, the superintendent, not of the schools, but of open spaces here. So we should give her a round of applause too. Where's Superintendent McRoberts? There she is. First ever woman to hold that position too, which is awesome.
Well, thanks for being here, Superintendent. And Mr. Mayor, there are so many questions here from the kids, and I just want to give a brief background to listeners from all over the country who might be listening right now. You are a unique mayor in many ways. You're a big heavy metal fan. That's unique.
I think I'm the only one that mayor heavy metal fan. I'm owning it.
You've done amazing work all over the world, helping people all over the world. Before you were mayor, before you were our state auditor, before you were a state senator, you've served people your whole adult life. So for that, we're grateful, and we're grateful you're sticking around and being our mayor. It's pretty great to have a mayor like you.
Thank you.
The kids have a lot of questions. I'm going to let them take it away. Are you guys ready? Okay.
What's your biggest achievement as mayor so far?
That's a really good question. I think, let's see. Which also is true to form, the hardest questions I ever get is on Children's Hour. That's like the definition of authenticity. You know, these questions always get you. So I think we've done a lot of things. I think reducing some parts of crime and trying to continue to address the parts of crime that are really, unfortunately, kind of afflicting our city right now is one thing. But we've also done some other amazing things, like we are transforming the rail yards, which is a big deal. We got penguins at the zoo, and now we are 65% renewable energy. We're going to be at the city. We have a plan for that. That's awesome. Puts us in the top 10 in the country. So that is really cool, too. And so those would be, I think, some of our bigger accomplishments right now.
Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Last time you were on the show, you talked about your plans to make Albuquerque more sustainable. What have you done so far to achieve that?
So just yesterday, actually it was 2 days ago, we announced the biggest thing that we've done. So if you think about like the electricity even to power these microphones, because this is a city facility, this actually probably comes at the end of the day from a giant coal plant. And so we're switching that so it comes from a solar farm on the Jicarilla Reservation. So that is really, really cool.
Albuquerque's going solar.
65% of our electricity will be solar in 2021. That's pretty cool.
Hi, Mayor Keller. This was my question from the last time you were on the Children's Hour. The little city of Chattanooga, Tennessee, with a population 177,000, has an internet speed of 1 gigabit per second. Albuquerque's internet speed is about 50 megabits per second, which is 1/1% of their speed. Chattanooga achieved this by taking over local control of their internet infrastructure. Would you consider teaming up with Rio Rancho, Corrales, Los Ranchos, Placitas, and Berlin, and following Chattanooga's lead?
So I would very much consider that. And let me give you an update on what we tried. We actually put out something called an RFP. We don't really have to go into that, but it's basically when you just ask people to join in something at the city. And we asked for any internet provider who wanted to take over the city's first ever Albuquerque city-owned internet. And no one replied. I know. So we've discovered kind of a different problem, which is that even though everyone wants to think about it and talk about it, we actually need some entrepreneurs to help make it happen. So if anyone's listening out there who's interested, we are going to redo that RFP and hope at least one person responds, because we want to have a city-owned internet, but we need somebody to kind of run it for us. And so it's a good opportunity for entrepreneurs out there.
Is it fun to be the mayor?
Almost all the time.
What changes are you thinking of making in Albuquerque?
So we've got lots of work to do in Albuquerque. And so we have a host of things coming. We're trying to get more exciting family-friendly things downtown. So we're looking at maybe things like a performing arts center down there for theater and choruses and things like that. All right, I figured Peace Chorus is like that. We're also trying to expand all those summer programs to after school so that you have something to do after school no matter where you live in the city. And we're also trying to do a lot of things when it comes to our zoo. We've got the penguins coming. Actually, they're going to be they're already here. They're going to be open this summer. And we also have, I think, what's going to be a really cool project at the rail yards, if you haven't been there. We're transforming that, and we're trying to fix up the balloon fiesta, too, and make it so you don't have to wait in line for traffic quite as much.
So which heavy metal song would most describe Albuquerque?
Whoa. Lucas. Oh, man. That's a great question. You really stumped me on that one. I'm just going to punt on that one. I don't even know where to start.
Last time you were here, you talked about the youth council. Can kids still get involved in that, and what have they done so far?
So the Youth Council has been around for almost a decade, and it's now on its, I think, third or fourth mayor. It is a really cool program. And so if you want to get involved, one thing is you do have to be in high school. So it depends on how old you are. And the Youth Council actually picks one issue to work on every year. And so the Youth Council helped a little bit this year with our asylum seekers, these folks who need some help as they pass through our town. And historically, they've also worked on things like not having smoking in restaurants was one of the earlier things they worked on. And then they also work on alternative programs to, like if you get in trouble with the law, some things that are different than having to go to the detention center. So they do a lot of good things, and as soon as you're in high school, we'd love to have you involved.
What can you do to help people not litter?
Ooh, that is a good one. Well, first, let's see. We can remind folks how dangerous and important it is not to litter because it has all sorts of ripple effects in our city. You know, one, obviously we don't like to see it around. It sort of makes us not feel as good about ourselves because it's our city and we want to take care of it. But also what happens to that litter is many folks know is it never really disappears. It goes into our ground and then sometimes animals will eat it and it's not good for them and it can really harm them. And it can also get into our groundwater and make our water not good to drink. So one thing is to remind folks, and the second thing is we should probably do a little bit of enforcement. We don't enforce littering laws much anymore, but maybe we can mix that in with some of the work our police officers are doing.
How do you help the animals of Albuquerque?
So we do a couple of things. We have 2 animal shelters. We've got one on the west side and one on the east side. And what we do is we do all sorts of complicated things like spay and neuter programs, which are very important for animal health in general at the city. But we also take care of sick animals. There are animal hospitals there. And I think most importantly, we find homes for animals who don't have a family or somebody to live with. And so if anyone's out there interested in adopting, we've got wonderful animals. Check out our east side or west side department for that, and our partners like Petco who help us with that too.
You also have this amazing, sorry, I'm hearing myself twice in my ears. You have an amazing feral cat program that's actually quite unique.
It is. So it's, the feral cat program, feral cats, I didn't even know. Does anyone know what a feral cat is? I know. I didn't know that either. I actually thought it was like a name of a type of cat. But it's basically a cat that's like turned wild. So it doesn't really work in someone's house, and it's like super scratchy. So like if you get near a feral cat, they're going to really try and scratch you. And they also can sometimes like eat other stuff in your house, like if you have a pet gerbil and things like that. So you got to watch out for them feral cats. But what we do now, which is very, I think, humane and interesting, is that we catch them, and then we basically just make it so they can't have kittens, and then they just kind of live out their life, and we eventually reduce the population of feral cats.
How have you and your administration addressed crime in Albuquerque?
So we are trying to do all sorts of things to make our city safer and even our schools safer. And when I say all sorts of things, I think that's important because it's not just one thing when it comes to crime. And so we're doing some things you can see each and every day, like having more bike cops on the street. We're also doing things like having more officers in our schools teaching you about the dangers of drugs and other harmful things in our community. And we're also trying to address the underlying issues like we don't have enough lighting, for example, in our city. And lots of times not good things happen when it's dark. And so lighting is very, very important. And we're also trying to have literally more police officers because the more police officers we have, the more they can try and catch folks who are doing things that are wrong. And we're also trying to get people treatment who are addicted. And so that's a very important issue in our community so that they don't do bad things to try and get more drugs. That's really what's driving a lot of the issues in our city. And so we're trying to focus on that as well as make sure our public spaces are kind of reclaimed by the public. So we're trying to pick up needles as soon as we see them, and we're trying to also make sure that people have a place to sleep at night that's not a park or on the street. And that's why we're keeping our homeless shelter open each day.
You're listening to the Children's Hour. We're talking with Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller. And a few more questions before I know you have to get out of here and go. You are
I'm
so
going
busy.
bowling next out at Rio Rancho with Arca.
Nice.
Yeah,
Good luck
and
with
17 other mayors.
that. Oh, that's wonderful.
Does anyone know how many mayors there are in New Mexico?
No. How many mayors are in New Mexico?
I think like 198. There's a lot of them.
Whoa.
You can have them on the show.
Whoa, 198 mayors. You're invited.
What are you doing to help the refugees and immigrants in Albuquerque?
So we as a city are doing wonderful things for the asylum seekers and refugees who are in our city. And I'm proud to say this is one thing our city, like we are one of the best cities in the country when it comes to helping these communities. So we have, for the first time, an office of people who actually help refugees. It's called the Office of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs. And then for the recent version of refugees, which are asylum seekers, we are giving them food and lodging and healthcare for a couple of days and then finding them where to go next and making sure they have safe transport to get there. And other cities from all around the country are actually studying how much we're doing for them. So it's a very good thing.
Yay. Mayor Keller, you are a parent like so many of us, and you have two young children. They're here right now. Maya and Jack, hello. You're out there. Hi. They're waving. Hi, Jack. He's waving. And Liz is waving, the mom. How has being mayor changed your family's life? Because it seems like being mayor is more than just your job. It seems like your wife, Liz, has a job now, too, and so do Maya and Jack.
Oh, I think in many ways it's very true. And of course, I have to give shout outs to our First Lady, Elizabeth Kisten Keller, who's an amazing mom, but also a very active First Lady on a lot of issues. And for us, I have to say we were very, concerned, I think as anyone would, when you get in a job like this, that it could be tough on the family. It has actually been amazing for our children. They are young enough where everything is about outdoors and stickers and candy, and they love all city events. And so for us, actually, I think it's been a parenting home run. But also the community Albuquerque has just been so good to us, especially out in public and things with our family. So we thank everyone for making it a really positive experience for our kids, too.
You've been listening to our Albuquerque Mayor, Tim Keller. I guess we're going to let you go bowling. We did want to send you off with a song because, we know you're a heavy metal head, and we got you covered. Thank you, Mayor Keller, for being with us on the Children's Hour. And thank you
so much.
Thank
this was great.
Elizabeth.
We will do it again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're listening to the Children's Hour, broadcasting from the Albuquerque Open Space Visitor Center. We'll be right back.
Rob Janov. Broadcasting from the Open Space Visitor Center. Great crowd here, and I am just super delighted to have our superintendent of open space. Would you please introduce yourself again?
Absolutely. So my name is Colleen McRoberts, and I'm the superintendent of the Open Space Division, and I've been with the job since November. Prior to that, I actually worked with the Bernalillo County Open Space section there under Parks and Rec, and so I've been involved with protected lands here, locally protected lands, for a long time, and I'm from New Mexico, and so it's really a great place to be able to serve in this way, to be a civil servant, and to be one of the many people who help to care for our beautiful protected lands.
And Kent, would you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Kent Swanson, and I'm the Open Space Visitor Center Manager, and I'm delighted to be here. And I've been with the Open Space Division about 13 years, and it's been an honor to serve the Open Space Division and the City of Albuquerque and work to protect our public lands.
Can you tell us what the definition of open space is? I mean, other than like a space that doesn't have anything in it, but what is the actual definition for the city?
So open space, and we should clarify this is what's known as major public open space, which is areas that have been protected for their cultural or natural resources, and they have been designated over time by citizens through public processes to protect them, again, for their natural characteristics as wildlife habitat, or if there are cultural resources such as archaeological sites, they're also preserved for that reason. They also provide outdoor recreation opportunities for our citizens, so folks can get out and go hiking, mountain biking, horseback riding, nature photography, but all the things that we consider as low-impact recreation. So if you want to go to a park or someplace and play baseball, that's appropriate, but for open space, it's mostly low-impact forms of recreation. So, yeah, and we have beautiful places here. So
here at the Open Space Visitor Center, one time on the Children's Hour, we had the archaeologist from the Bernalillo County Parks and Rec, and he told us that right where we are right now, right here as I'm looking out towards the river over these beautiful farmed fields, this was where the Spanish explorers had their first encounter with Pueblo people. Is that correct? That's right here.
Yeah, so there's actually contact sites that are throughout the state that pre-exist this particular site, but we host what's known as the Piedras Marcadas Pueblo, which was a contact site between Coronado and the Puebloan people, and it's part of the Petroglyph National Monument. And if folks want to come out and learn more about this site, we have interpretive displays within the visitor center, and occasionally we'll offer guided tours. The Pueblo is still under research, so we do not open it to the public currently, but we do have opportunities for folks to learn about this really important site. It's really a remarkable story, and so I encourage everybody to come and visit and learn more about it.
What other programs do you have for kids and families in open space in Albuquerque?
We actually have a wonderful array of different programs for kids, and in fact, this past year we launched the Family Nature Clubs initiative. This is an initiative that comes from the Children and Nature Network, so it's something that's happening around the country and even other parts of the world. And the idea is that we provide, or the organization, the Children and Nature Network, has provided a framework for how to organize yourself and other families for outdoor outings. And it comes with this really neat toolkit that I brought an example from, but you can also check it out online. And so we basically had an event earlier this year that presented this information and these resources and are supporting it through ongoing events that help with family nature clubs. So as the mayor talked about, we have our Bosque Wild Walks first Sunday of every month. And with that, we then followed up with the Family Nature Club Talking Circle to continue to provide support for those families. We also have specific nature walks throughout our open space network at other places that we'll be doing throughout the year. And these really fun pop-up events, like we're going to be celebrating International Mud Day, which is going to be really fun. We are encouraging everybody to get dirty and play in the mud, and we'll have all sorts of activities around mud. So this initiative has really shown us all the amazing benefits of disconnecting from the electronics, getting outside, exploring your local parks and open space, and just having fun in nature.
You can find your own local open space or public nature experience for families at childrenandnature.org, and that is a national program. And really cool that you're helping families make sense of how to make the most of being out in the wild and not just going for walks. If folks want to learn more about the Open Space Visitor Center, do you have a direct website here, or is it through the city?
We do. You can go to cabq.gov/open space, and there's a link directly to the visitor center. And we also have a Facebook page and Instagram as well, so check us out there.
Thank you so much for being with us on the Children's Hour, representing open space. Thanks so much.
Thank
and
you.
we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Rob Janoff on the Children's Hour. Rob, I love that. Rob Janoff.
Today's show was written and produced by Katie Stone with help from all of us on the Children's Hour Kids crew and our parent volunteers.
The Children's Hour had engineering help from Andreas Martinez here at the Open Space Visitor Center and Jerry DeTata at KUNM.
We're grateful for Gary Newell and Vanessa Vassar for taking pictures throughout the show. On our social media team, we'll be posting them. Leela, Kaya, and Leela will be posting them.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Children's Hour Radio. We want to thank the staff at the Albuquerque Open Space Visitor Center for hosting our show, and many thanks to Albuquerque Mayor Tim Keller for being with us.
Thank you to the New Mexico Peace Choir and Rob Janov for being our musical guests.
And thank you to this great audience.
You've been listening to the Children's Hour, broadcasting from the Albuquerque Open Space Visitor Center.
Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week with another edition of the Children's Hour. The Children's Hour is produced by the Children's Hour Incorporated, a tax-exempt nonprofit dedicated to producing high-quality kids' public radio, and by the Friends of the Children's Hour. Learn more at childrenshour.org. Meow Wolf is a proud supporter of the Children's Hour. Support also provided by the Albuquerque Community Foundation. Our theme music was written by C.K. Barlow. Thanks for listening to
The Children's Hour!